Bukayo Saka,
the 19-year-old,
shattered the dreams of 2 countries. He had one job. All he needed to do was kick the ball in or make the switch. But his decision didn't just break hearts, it affected many lives too.
Poor Bukayo Saka, who misses the crucial one.
Now his actions have consequences. But before I get into that, I gotta start from the beginning. Because there's a lot of stuff Saka's been trying to hide. And now his biggest secrets are about to get exposed. As he was born, Saka's favorite hobby was kicking balls. Literally. His dad, Yomi Saka, and his mom, Adenike Saka, moved to England in the late 90s so they could protect their kids and give them a better future. So when Saka came along in 2001, his dad promised himself that he'd make it his duty to take care of him. But when Saka clocked 3, he noticed that his kid had a special talent. He gave him his first ball, and the way he moved with it for a 3-year-old was incredible. So every day after work, he'd spend hours training Bukayo and his senior brother Abayomi. And even though Abayomi was the eldest, it was Bukayo who had the talent. But there was just one problem, one major thing holding them back. And all their hard work and Bukayo's future were hanging in the balance. See, they didn't come from a footballing family like most kids in England, so getting into an academy was going to be tough. But even at a young age, Saka was a mental beast. And even though everyone knows him with Arsenal now, it didn't always start off like that. Saka had to grind to make his way to the top, man. So he started at Forest Green Celtic before moving to Watford. But all those years of training with his dad and brother paid off big time because he became so good, his name was on everyone's lips. But you see, his dad believed young Saka could make it to the top clubs. So one day, when Arsenal released the trial forms for the Hale End Academy, his dad had to sign him up. And on the day of the trials, Saka balled so hard, he was leaving kids his age for dust. After the event, the academy coaches called back and gave him the news. Congratulations, Bukayo's in. Amazing! When he got to Arsenal, Saka had the chance of choosing a role model. And while other kids were choosing popular legends like Thierry Henry, Saka showed everyone he was different gravy. And his 2 top picks got eyes clocking him. I picked Freddie Ljungberg and Alexis Sanchez. The coaches immediately knew this kid was going to be special, and after 10 years of balling out at all youth levels, Saka finally got his chance to represent the first team. He even made the 2019 Europa League final. But it was in 2020 his career really kicked off. Dude started breaking records on and off the pitch. On the day he made his debut, Saka became the youngest player to start a league game for Arsenal. And pretty soon, they upped his wages and gave him a standard contract. With a $4 million paycheck, most ballers would spend it on flashy cars or parties. But you see, Saka remembered the sacrifice his parents put in just so he can make it growing up. And now, he had all that money. He wasn't just thinking about himself. So his first luxury buy was him spending millions on an appreciation gift. This mansion is insane. It's got 6 huge rooms, a pool, spa, and heavy wardrobes. This crib cost Saka $2.3 million, but with the accessories and multiple renovations, it's even more. Dude legit spent $2.3 million as an appreciation gift to his family? I've seriously got to link up with Saka before Christmas and move out of my mom's basement. Saka's crib also came with a crazy garage. And even though Saka isn't spending heavily on cars, his decent collection is super fly. Right after bagging that first senior pro contract, Saka hit the car dealers and copped an Audi A8. His Audi has him going from 0 to 60 in seconds. No wonder he's lightning quick. The specs on his new wheels are off the hook too. Audi phone box functionality, a camera system with 260 virtual views, and that banging exterior design cost him over $80K. And it's the cheapest thing in this video. Once he got a taste of going at insane speeds on the road, Saka was never slowing down. So just a couple of months later, he was car shopping, and this time, he went hard. Dude owns a Ferrari at 19. Whoa, when I was 19, I was still working at McDonald's. Saka's Ferrari 458 Spider is insane, man. Packing a 4.5 natural V8 engine, 510 horsepower, it goes from 0 to 60 in under 3.4 seconds. It's an illegal speed demon. Now, Saka had the classic Audi and the super fast Ferrari. It was time to add something exotic to the collection and complete the set. This time, he didn't need to hit the dealers again. They already figured out his next move. and after they told him the price and he swiped the card, Saka was riding home in an all-white exclusive. Of course Saka owns a Lamborghini, the dude owns 3 top brands, and he's still only a kid. I've gotta fix my life, man, seriously. But Saka's contract at Arsenal isn't the only thing he's got racking in the dough, because now he's popular and the sponsorship deals are coming in. And now Saka's endorsement brands have him steadily hitting millions. Saka's one of the top athletes at New Balance. They sponsor his boots and pay for him too. And that's every kid's dream. They've also featured him in loads of commercial ads to promote the brand, just like his next sponsors, and this one will blow your mind. Saka's on Call of Duty. Damn, no wonder his face looked familiar when I was loading my RPG at 3 a.m. last night. He's also done a couple of ads for the video game to promote content, and usually posts on his IG account. And speaking of Instagram, Saka's been hiding something from his followers. See, in his bio, he has God's child on it. Wait, hang on a second. What's that down below his bio? Awesome, Saka claims to be a Christian. But deep down, he has a very dark secret he didn't want anyone else to figure out. So, his fans began tailing him, clocking his every move and putting the pieces together. And when it all clicked, Saka got exposed. Even though he prefers living a modest life, there's no way he's gonna hide this one. All the date nights and sneaky links, it all makes sense now. Saka's got a girlfriend. After he figured everyone already knew, Saka realized there was no point hiding her and the relationship anymore. So at the World Cup last year, Saka had her come over to cheer him up, and this time, they came out to the whole world. Her name is Tolami Benson, and she's a supermodel and influencer on social media. Dang, Saka be grabbing chicks like that as a pro? I might need a new career path. But listen, Saka loves his girlfriend, and he's promised to take care of her and never break her heart. And it's kind of hard to believe, because just a couple of years back, Saka crushed the dreams of an entire nation. Because Saka's parents are from Nigeria, Saka had the option of representing either England or Nigeria. So, before he made the call on who to pick, his phone rang, and the national coaches in Nigeria were doing everything they could to make Saka play for them. Bukayo, we will make you our star, man. Play you in almost every competition if you pick us. And on decision day, Saka finally made his choice. So together with his family, he announced his new national team. He chose England. And ever since, Saka's been making the cut for every major competition. He's repped England in the Nations League, and even at last year's World Cup, he bagged 2 sensational goals against Iran. But it was at the Euros that Saka's life changed, because in a split second, he went from national hero to public enemy number 1. England made it to the final of the Euro 2020 versus Italy. The match was being played at Wembley, the English national stadium, so the home support was incredible. 1-1 after 90 minutes, Bukayo came on in extra time, but the game still went on to penalties. And after 2 misses in the shootout, England was on the brink of elimination. They had to score or they'd lose a major tournament in front of their fans for the first time in 55 years. So they needed a hero to step up, and that's when Bukayo Saka answered the call. As he placed the ball, he had the weight of the entire country on his shoulders. Then he ran up to take the spot kick, and boom, it all came crashing down. Saka missed and England lost. But you see, the guys who were hating on Saka for his miss were just a tiny section, because together with his buddies Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho, the whole country was applauding them for even being brave enough. So his penalty miss made him become a legend. And pretty soon they were clapping for something else Bukayo did, because he was willing to prove, just like any superhero, he'd be willing to save his fans' lives, even if it meant giving his in return. So, just before the start of the World Cup, Bukayo received a call from his fans in Nigeria. See, even if he didn't pick them, he made it clear he'd always be proud of his Nigerian roots, so it's kind of made up for the disappointment to having watched him play for another country. But as his phone rang, Saka realized that the lives of his fans that cheered him on every week were in danger. So when the call came in from Big Shoe to help save these lives, Saka teamed up and gave them a huge portion of his salary to become a national hero. The partnership had Saka sponsoring over 120 life-changing operations in Kano State, Nigeria. That's incredible, man. The dude's legit saving lives. Saka was grateful for the opportunity to help his fans. So when asked about the whole thing, he described it as one of the biggest blessings of his career. For me, it's important to use my abilities whenever I can. I want to help as many more children as possible. It makes me happy when I see these kids and their parents happy. Yo, Saka, mind saving mine for a change? I need to quit my job at Starbucks. Saka saving lives kinda reminds me about the day CR7 almost died, or Messi, or heck, even Neymar. Wanna find out how these ballers cheated death? Then watch this video right here.